All right, the South African Reserve Bank has decided to cut the repo rate by 25 basis points. Our very own Ntokozo Khumalo is at the Reserve Bank then and joins us live as we just get more reaction to this. And Ntokozo, if we read the second last paragraph then from the governor, it says that the MPC's main contribution is to deliver low and stable inflation with well-anchored inflation expectations. Inflation's at around 3%, anchored inflation expectations. It seems like it was perfect, it was ripe for a cut of 25 basis points, which is what we got.
It's what we got, Arabile, and of course, Governor Makhanyago, they're warning that it is, of course, risk that they assess on a month-to-month basis. So while things might look good domestically, the concern that all, the members of the Monetary Policy Committee all shared, despite 4 of them agreeing for that 25% and 2 rather opting for a hold, their main concern is that the global environment, there's several risks that are playing out in the markets, concerns of a brewing trade war, and of course that's on the back of then U.S. President Donald Trump a few days ago really highlighting that the U.S. will be looking inward and talking about just a shift in their trade policy. So not that 50 basis points that was expected or hoped for by some players in the property market specifically, but of course the 25% or 25 basis points rather, Arabile, that the MPC decided on was largely expected by most economists and most analysts. Another 25 basis points expected in March. But again, the Reserve Bank are concerned about the global economic outlook and what that means for then inflationary pressures that may come up. So still threading rather cautiously this time around again, Arabile.
Everything was right, though. Everything was right for them to be able to put forward this cut. But now things certainly may change. As you said, you speak about that tariff and price war. That certainly could be at play. Petrol prices have certainly gone higher. We've seen the request for higher electricity or tariff prices as well there. So things could ultimately change quite significantly. Do you think this was the last chance the Reserve Bank really had to actually cut interest rates, and perhaps 50 basis points was something that was actually in play, even though they, of course, decided against it?
Well, it doesn't seem that it's the last chance, Arabile, when it comes to, the comments or expert opinion that I've gotten from economists and analysts. Still really, despite these risks that are materializing, expecting the SARB to again cut in March. But that is where the issue is, and that's why they always advise consumers to still thread very carefully and, understand the economic environment that they're in, because it really is a thing of everything could be going right in the 1 month, but then that could all be, to dust in the following month, which then may change the stance that the Reserve Bank has. So it's really about monitoring what takes place over the next 2 months, specifically in the global market. And just to be clear, Arabile, the governor being very, very clear that domestically things are looking up, but it is that global environment that is a concern for the deputy governors here. So those are the issues that they'll be watching on to see whether we do get, another 25 basis points in March before the Reserve Bank is forced to start either holding or cutting. But sentiments don't seem to be that, we may see any interest rate hikes in this year, that instead of perhaps cutting even more, they may just start holding by the 3rd announcement, Arabile. So that's where things stand right now, just those threats in the global economy and brewing trade war, really a huge concern for the Reserve Bank.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the governor is just thankful that he could have thawed from being in Davos and negative temperatures and now able to see the sunshine and the sunlight here in South Africa. And that's why he was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and able to give us that 25 basis point cut. Ntokozo, thank you so much for that reporting then out of Pretoria then, of course, where the South African Reserve Bank was meeting to make that decision.